excited are you? I mean, you're going to get the majority of the reps now. You're not just a guy that comes in, you're a starter. Just getting 50, 60 reps a game, how excited are you for that?
I'm excited. It's something I'm ready for. Getting back into being myself, playing ball. Really excited to go out there and just play ball with the team and get a W.
How different does this opener feel for you compared to going into it last year? Whenever you had to wait to get on the field.
I think I'm just as excited as I was last year. Even though I wasn't playing, I prepared last year for the Chiefs game just like I was playing, even though I was at the house. The excitement is there. I'm just really excited and real ready to just go out there and play.
How cool is it that everything's the same? It's continuity and nothing.
One more time.
How important is it that everything is the same in here? The continuity has stayed the same with the coaches.
I think that's real important, because you can't get too ahead of yourself, just off what we did last year, It's a whole new season. Last year was behind us, and we're ready to go to work this year and do more than we did last year. So I think that's important.
I spoke to Dan Johnson today. He said, he's as confident as ever in you. How did that feel to earn it? Like really earn that confidence from the coaching staff over these last couple of years?
It feels good, being a ball player, hearing that from the guy who calls the play. So, he has his trust in me, so he can come to me whenever he feels like he ready. He know I'm ready for it. So it feels good,
Have you had a growth in confidence, or do you feel like you're just as confident?
I know I've always been confident in myself. I always had the utmost confidence in myself, I feel like I'm the best, and I just feel like I make plays. So the confidence is always there.
You set some pretty high goals for yourself this season. How would you measure a successful season for yourself this year?
Winning, that's the main goal, winning. Even though I got my own goals, but the team goal is to win,
What do you expect that atmosphere to be like on Sunday night?
Oh, I expect it to be on fire, from the jump, from when we go out doing the returners go out on the field from the first 60 minutes before the game, 90 minutes before the game. I expect it to be on fire. I know what they're going to do. I know what our fans going to bring, and I know the atmosphere they're going to bring. So I'm prepared for it. I hope everybody else is.
What's your favorite part about week one?
My favorite part about week one, I would say, is just being able to play against somebody else. I would say, we've been going at each other. We had a joint practice versus New York. That was probably like our most competitive thing we've done since last January, besides going against each other, as far as going against another team. So, just competing, going out there and competing against somebody else who we could just put it on instead of not on our teammates.
When it comes to your own goals, J-Mo, do you have targets in mind?
No. I don't got no. I said something the other day, and it kind of got blew up. But like I just said, I just want to win.
Yeah, what gives you the faith that you can take the next step personally that you want to do?
I'm me. Everybody seen me play football before, so that would be the main thing.
Aaron Glenn laughed about going against you, said iron sharpens iron, but he laughed when he said you're going to do what you're going to do, which is run past people. What can other teams expect out of you? This is kind of your first season debut. Third, you're just getting comfortable now. So what can other teams kind of expect out of you?
You just expect the ball player, I do my thing when I'm on the field, and I just try to do it to the best of my ability to help the team and, take us over the top. That would be my main thing, just helping the team in as many ways as I can, blocking, catching the ball, moving the sticks, even if I got to go out there on special teams and return or do something, just helping the team in as many ways as I can.
This new defense, this new secondary, some of the different pieces up front, and just showing everybody how much improved you can be as a defense?
I think one thing is just going out there and obviously showing that we have elite defenders. We brought a new D-line in, brought a new secondary in, we're revamped, but the other thing is we just have to go out there and trust each other too. So, we've had joint practice against the Giants. We've gone against our offense, which is, I believe, the top offense in the NFL. And we've done a good job of that. So just going out there and just seeing who shines under the bright lights and just knowing that no moment is too big and we've already prepared for this moment.
How ready are you for those big lights for your NFL debut?
I went to Alabama, so I feel like this is really just another game. But for me, knowing that I'm the rookie, that obviously as a cornerback, every play they can come at you. But me being a rookie, you can know guys like that. Such as, I don't really know what type of quarterback or what's going through Matthew Stafford's head. But I know guys like Aaron Rodgers, they prey on rookies like that. So my main thing is just be alert at all times.
Is there an extra motivation for you being the rookie and wanting to maybe prove people wrong or at least prove your worth?
I mean, my main thing isn't really proving people wrong. I feel like my main thing is just proving it to my teammates because I really want to earn their trust, and I feel like I've done a great job of doing that. But just going out there and showing them day in and day out, I mean everything I say.
Back to what you were saying, you expect Stafford to come at you a little bit because you're a rookie.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
I mean, obviously I play corner too, so I mean, it's one of those things like you can kind of feel when the ball is coming. So I mean, it's just your job to go out there and make the play. And if a play is being made, it's also your job to have a short mentality.
And tell me about the challenge of those two receivers. You know, Puka and Cooper. I mean, that whole offense, but especially those two. Obviously, you'll be matched up with them at some point. So I don't know what makes them good that you've seen on film. How excited are you to play a duo like that?
Well, number one is their coach. I mean, Sean McVay, he does a great job of dressing up his plays. He has a lot of motion before, and it can kind of get your eyes when really they're just running simple, basic routes. But guys like that, they do a very, very great job of controlling the tempo. They might not look like guys who would just line up and beat you one-on-one, but they know how to attack your weaknesses, know how to win to their leverage, and they have a great chemistry with their quarterback. So you just really have to stay disciplined when you're guarding guys like that.
When you watch the tape, what do you think of Stafford?
I mean, I think Stafford is elite, man. Me and JG even talked about he's probably one of the best in the game at no-look throws. I mean, even when you're in zone coverage, it look like his eyes are over here and he's throwing the ball over there. So you just have to do a great job of not trying to be greedy, just being in the right spot and trusting it.
What's your process going to be like on Sunday, walking out on the field for the first time, but also having to lock in? Want to help this team go 1-0?
I've already been locked in, so I think just going out there is going to be execution. I mean, same way that I went out there and executed in practice today. Just have to do the same thing in the game. And Dan has done a great job of even allowing our fans to come out here and putting us in atmospheres almost like game-like. So I think it'll just be another practice-like situation, but it's a real game.
Who was your debut at Alabama against?
It was against Utah State. Yeah, but the first game that I really, really felt like, which was a game like this, it would have been against Texas. And I still remember it to this day because I had an over route by Xavier Worthy, who is my friend. I climbed on his back and I dropped the pick. So hopefully when I get an opportunity like that, I make it this time.
Yeah, Utah State a little bit different than the Rams on Sunday
way
Night
different.
Football in week 1 of the NFL season.
Nowhere near close. It's way different.
But I was going to ask the same thing. Like in those early games, do you remember because you were a first-time starter, like that quarterback saying, "I'm coming at this guy right here," and kind of what goes through your mind, like, "Yeah, I'm gonna, go up and show him what I can do."
I mean, in college it was a little different because like our secondary, we were all kind of young. It was like me, Kool-Aid. We had obviously Brian Branch, Jordan Battle. But I was just going into those games. You could kind of feel when the ball was coming. Even like last year when I was at Alabama, the first play of the game they tried me, but I kind of got that feeling like back shoulder fade is coming. So I mean, you could kind of feel it, and if you just trust your instincts and trust yourself, that's what makes a good cornerback.
You mentioned all the, sort of this whole group that you have in the secondary. You guys haven't played a lot together. I mean, just because of injuries, really the whole defense hasn't, right? Reader's been out. But so how have you sort of, covered that gap, I guess? What have you been doing to make sure that communication isn't an issue, that, you know what's going on with the guys that you need to, just based on the lack of experience playing together?
Well, I kind of credit Deshae and J.O. They do a great job in our meetings. If we see a play, we have to communicate right then. And we also have this thing called a fine book. So, I mean, it's just about holding each other accountable. It's just one of those things, like if you mess up on this play, hey, we all calling you out on this. And it just kind of gels with our chemistry and it gels with seeing different looks and things. And the main thing that they do is they allow us to go out there and play our game. I mean, they're going to coach us to have the right alignment, right technique, but at the end of the day, we brought you guys in for a specific reason, and I'm not going to hinder you from doing that. So they'll do a good job of that.
You been fined yet?
Couple more guys?
Of course.
Yeah. What for?
I got fined for, he's very, very strict on it, just for, loafing, that's conduct detrimental. I mean, you can't loaf. And I've got fined for not punching at the ball. So, I mean, they do a very, very good job of just trying to make it intense. And, I mean, it's kind of becoming muscle memory. So even in the game, if I see a ball on the ground and you just pick it up, it might just happen to be a fumble, and you think it's an incompletion. So just trying to reiterate muscle memory.
For the majority of snaps for Brian Branch last year, he was in the slot, but you've seen him way more at the safety, and you've seen everything he can do flying around there. What do you think that will look like, and how this defense will benefit from him being so much more flexible this year?
I mean, I tell anybody, I've been around BP for the longest. He's a playmaker, and he's just one of those guys, like when he goes out there, you never really know what he's going to do, but you know it's going to be something exciting. So with him being at safety, you know, it gives him a chance to show off his versatility, stay in the middle of the field. But even when he kind of gets a full steam ahead at running downhill, like that's going to be pretty scary. I just know, like, if I'm in the middle of that play right there, I'm probably going to back up. So, yeah, I'm going to let him take that tackle on by himself. But just him being over there at safety, it's been fun to watch and interesting to see because it kind of shows off his versatility, shows off his range. And then BB is a very cerebral player. And like I always just reiterate to him, like, man, just trust yourself. You can feel it happening, so just go out there and make the play. So I think people are going to get to see, like, his full toolbox and his playmaking ability.
Thank you, guys.
Well, go time, week 1. Give me the excitement level.
We're excited. I feel like, you know, us as players, you know, the way last year ended, it kind of left a bitter taste in our mouth. But we came back in OTAs, ready to work, training camp, preseason, and now it's finally here. So it's a new year, new team, new guys. Every team is different in the NFL this year, and so we got to restart and starts week 1.
Didn't end the way you wanted, but there was a lot of success in there. What does that success do to help you guys this year?
I think we learned a lot of things last year. It was a pretty successful season, you can say, if you look at overall. But we understand that we want to get to that big game, and we fell one game short last year, and so we want to do anything we can this year to not make the same mistakes that we did last year. But like I said, it's just week 1. You don't make it to the playoffs in week 1. You got to put together a bunch of weeks, and we got to take it 1 week at a time. And I feel like as a team we understand that. So this week it's the Rams, so all of our focus is on LA.
Where do you see this offense getting better this year? You guys were awful good last year.
I think there's a few areas of improvement for us. Obviously, taking care of the football is one of the biggest things. If we can limit our turnovers, our chances of winning go up drastically. So taking care of the football, I would say, is number 1, and then just being efficient, whether that's in the pass game, run game, whatever it is. Just being efficient on third downs, first and second downs. We did pretty good last year, and then once we get in the red zone, we got to get points. Whether it's 6 or 3, we want to get 6, but when we get in that red zone, we got to come out points every time.
On top of that, JG was talking about how good Ben Johnson is about being creative and innovative and making a good offense continue to get better. How is it being on this side of it, where you have a coordinator who is, constantly pushing it a little bit?
It's awesome. I love Ben. I think we all love Ben here. He does a great job of, bringing us new schemes that are, similar but a little different, little wrinkles in our offense that make it tough on defenses because we have so many different formations, different shifts, movements, but for the most part, it's a lot of the same plays that we know and we love. And he just dresses us up differently. And, obviously every year we have new plays and new things that we like to do, but for the most part, the core is the core and we understand what we do well. We're going to learn throughout the season what we're good at, but this is just week 1. So I feel like week 1 we're going to do the things that we did in training camp a lot, stuff that we're comfortable with. Obviously there's wrinkles for the Rams and their coverages, but for the most part it's what we do best.
Same 2 teams as in that playoff game, but I mean their secondary is completely different this year. Their defensive line's different this year. How different is the challenge this time around being in week 1 against the Rams?
Yeah, they're going to bring, they're not obviously happy with the way their season ended last year, so we know they're going to bring their A game. They're going to be excited. They're going to be pumped. Stafford coming back to Detroit again for a second time. But no, we know their defense is going to, they're going to be excited. They're going to be ready to play. They got young guys up front that, have high motors, get after the quarterback in the run game. And then the back end, they brought some guys in. Actually, their nickel, 37, Quentin Lake is, I went to high school with him. That's my boy. So, we were just on the game a few days ago talking, but can't wait to go against him. That's my boy. But their secondary is solid group. They can they do a lot of different things, but they play together.
I feel like a big part of who's made you who you are is really that having that underdog spirit. Being a 4th rounder. But when you had the summer that you had, endorsement deals, being in a new light, obviously receiver. So how do you continue to maintain that going into this year? Do you find different ways, or is it even stronger? How is that for you being on this side this year?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just same mentality that I have every year. It's a new year. Everything is reset. This is a what have you done for me lately type of league, and right now I'm just I'm at the bottom. I got to restart. I got to do it again, and that's what motivates me really. That's what gets me going. Is last year was last year. It's a whole new year. I got to put it together again. It's easy to put 1 or 2 years together, but to do it 5, 6, 7 years, that's really what separates you. So for me, that's really my motivation is doing it, trying to do it again, because it's like I said, it's easy to do it 1 or 2 years. but to do it each and every year for several seasons, that's really what separates guys.
Expect defenses to give you extra attention this year?
I think so. You know, with the guys we have, I mean, we have a bunch of guys on offense, so it's going to be tough. When you have guys like Laporta, J-Mo, Jameer, David, I mean, you go across, we got playmakers on offense. So that's what I love about our offense is if you double me, someone's going to be one-on-one, and it's probably not going to be a matchup that you like. So that's why I love playing here. We have a bunch of playmakers, and either you double me, double Sam, double J-Mo, one of us is going to find an open crease. So Ben Johnson does a great job of understanding, you know, or anticipating that teams might double certain players, and he has ways to get other guys open.
How about opening up on this stage Sunday night, bright lights, only game going?
Yeah, I'm excited. Sunday night, I love primetime games, one of my favorite. Sunday, I mean, we had the Thursday last year, the first game of the season. Love that. That was one of my favorite games. So I expect nothing less. In Detroit, week 1, I remember my second year, I think we played the Eagles week 1, and I was sold out. And so for this game, I just, best fans in the world, the Detroit fans, I teach them to break the decibel record.
You broke out the thrust on opening night last year. Anything planned for touchdown celebration?
I have something in mind. I do. Hopefully I can get in that end zone so I can show you guys. But I do have something in mind.
What's your impression of the two new receivers headed into the room?
Yeah, they look great. They look awesome. They've made plays in this league. They understand terminology. Obviously, our offense is different than what they came from, but a lot of stuff in the NFL is, a lot of the terminology is the same. And so they're picking up the offense quick, big body receivers, that can help us on the outside, make those big contested catches. But like I said, they've made plenty of plays in this league, so those are guys that you can just plug and play.
So you've heard so much about J-Mo, talk so much about J-Mo. What should we expect from J-Mo this season?
I think a much better year than he had last year. Obviously, last year was suspended for a few games, but this year I feel like everything's been going right for him. Been able to be here for OTAs, training camp, no hiccups with nothing. And we're all, I feel like, all on this team expecting a big year for J-Mo. I know you guys are too, so. And I think he understands that he feels it, and he's definitely lived up to all the expectations in training camp so far. And we can't wait to unleash J-Mo, because we don't feel like he was truly unleashed last year. So we're excited.
Thanks.
Thank you.